Hello, I'm Autistic Genius. Thank you for all the support so far. I'm really overwhelmed. Thank you so much. I can't thank you enough. I'm going to stop thanking because I'll waffle. Anyway, this is a little video discussing an aspect of autism. I'd love to make more videos about autism, but there's no real point because autism is such a big thing. Why not make videos about the different aspects, and that way you'll get more detail, in my opinion. Anyway, today we're discussing something called echolalia. Comes from two Greek words meaning echolalia, translates echo speech. Fun fact of the day. Echolalia is the repetition of other people's words and is a common feature of the child with an ASD. So they repeat certain words they hear off a TV show, maybe they're from their parents here, maybe a funny joke someone's heard, blah blah blah, so speaking. Initially, when the child uses echolalia, it is likely that they are repeating words that they do not understand and are doing so with no communicative intent. That's very true. I mean, I used to just quote Monty Python all the time. I don't like spam! Just for those who think it's a bit weird, you shouldn't, because actually it's a good sign that shows that the child's communication is developing in time, and the child will begin to use the repeated words and phrases to communicate something significant. For example, there was a TV show I watched where there was a girl, she used to communicate certain things, or to have a conversation, she would quote like films. So when you'd have a conversation with her, she'd have a normal voice, like a real voice, and then every so often she'll go into this American accent because she's heard something and using it in context, which is from direct result of echolalia. It does not simply involve an understanding of how they communicate, but also requires an understanding of why they need to communicate. So the understanding of communication is not, you don't do it, it's not something you have to do. You need to understand why we do it as humans. We communicate with each other because we want to make friends, or we want to work and achieve things. So if you communicate, you will achieve things, and that is what we need to encourage with people with autism. We need to find ways to show them that when they communicate, they will achieve things that they want to do, and so on and so forth. That's how you make the logic of the point of it. They need a reason and a point to doing it. They need the point, they need the motivation. Why should I communicate? You communicate because you will achieve things that you want to achieve. Two different types of communication to look out for with people with autism. Pre-intentional communication. This is when the child says or does things without intending them to affect those around them. This type of communication can be used by the child to calm themselves. So if they're stressed, they might say a word or make a noise. Because this is something I noticed about. A lot of people with autism, they find silence incredibly uncomfortable. So they have to make a noise whenever there was silence, because then that was their noise, and that would make them feel more comfortable because there was something to hone on instead of silence, because obviously silence for a lot of people is awkward and unsettling, which in autism term makes the unknown. This will help them to focus themselves, or as a reaction to an upsetting and / fun experience. So they may use echolalia as something fun. Like, for example, if I heard a funny joke, I'd continue it by quoting something, or if I heard a quote from a film, I might repeat it by following another quote. That's my form of echolalia. So, some people with autism might jump up, like I've done that before. I get excited when I hear a song and I find myself just jumping. I don't know why I do it. I just do. It's just one of those things. It's really strange, but it's the way I am. Intentional communication. This is when the child says or does things with the purpose of sending a message to another person, obviously. This type of communication can be used to protest about what they are being asked to do and to make requests. Can I have this? Or I don't want to do that. That's essentially what they're saying here. Intentional communication is easier for the child once they have learned that their actions have an effect on other people. Difficult, as the theory of mind is a big thing with autism. I will definitely do a video on that soon. So anyway, less about that. The move from pre-intentional communication to intentional communication is a big step for a child with ASD. In fact, it's a big step for anyone with ASD. Forget this child thing. Some people at my age will struggle to get this. So no matter how old you are or who you are, it is a big step. So phenomenal. Congratulations, great achievement if you've just achieved these things. Sussman, in 1999, believes that it's helpful to view children with ASD as being on a continuum in terms of their intentional communication. At one end of the continuum, children who communicate mainly get things they want. So if a child wants something and they communicate that, they get it. Well, it's just normally the way it works in the world. At the other end are children who communicate for many reasons, such as to ask questions, comment on something, or to be sociable. So either they'll communicate because they want something, or they'll communicate to be social. And that's where I think where a lot of people get, I find that with Asperger's and myself, the reason why we get anxious and depressed and very upset with ourselves and God knows what, and feel awful and useless. It's because we feel the need to be social. We get that. People with Asperger's get that we need to communicate to achieve greatness and to do wonderful things, but we struggle to do it, and that's why we get ourselves upset and frustrated. But it's okay. You've got every reason to be frustrated and upset, because I wind myself up still at 26, and I socialise all the time. I still wind myself up about it, because I misread things all the time. It's just the way the world is, it's the way I work. But what I will say about this is that this information is incredibly phenomenal. I got this from the National Autistic Society. Absolutely incredible. Thank you so much for all your support and all your efforts and watching. Any questions or anything you want to ask me about my personal experiences, by God, communicate, send me a message. Anything you want to share about Echolalia that you find interesting, something new that I missed out, please comment, private message, and I may share it on the page. Thank you so much for all your support. It's been an absolute privilege to make these videos, and I'm going to keep going and going and going because the support is phenomenal. Thank you all so much, and goodbye!